right, y'all, what's happening? I'm back. We're in the October series of the One-on-One with the Supervillain Band, where I talk to the members of the squad, those of y'all that are here that are at this tier. And I'm not going to do all the pleasantries and draw it all out. Let's just get into it, man. I'm back with the homie from the crib, my boy Chauncey Woodson. You were asking how I feel. I am mentally trying to push through it, and that is from, as you've seen, finding out the loss of comics. I know one who's a real good friend. I lost one of my gigs, not due to anything of my own. And I'm losing. I haven't officially lost it yet, but I'm losing one of my gigs because of a different direction the company I'm working for wants to go in, which I understand it. That's why I can't get I'm upset because I'm losing the dough. I can't get upset because of the direction they choosing. Because again, as a business major and somebody who understands certain things, I get the way it is. So it's now just trying to figure out how to get that other income back. But other than that, I mean, just trying to, did that just hit you? Because it's like, damn, I was trying to look for a car. Now I can't because I'm out of money from working. So, just the little things of emotions. And then it's like coming up on the holiday season. I'm trying to figure out, what I'm going to do for my brats. So that ain't a bad thing. But other than that, I'm alive.
No, I get you.
How about you, bro?
Actually, things have gotten slightly better since we last talked. Well, first, I do want to say mad condolences to you for losing your peeps, man, because I know that's never ever easy.
Thank you. Yeah, so man, it was. I tell everybody it was like I think all of us that not damn the majority of us that have posted about it all were like, nigga, I just saw you. You know what I'm saying? It's that we were just like, what? I think that's the big thing for a lot of people. The other comic buddy of mine that I lost, he was living in China. And so I didn't know he was dealing with, heart issues. But when we were both together at the same time in Chicago, and even when he lived out here for a moment, always just, fun time, just jokes, smiles, laughs together, good dude, good-hearted dude. Yep. And so it's just it hit because my boy Ricardo was 40. Ryan, another comic, just passed 37.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're hearing people, like, again, as I supposed to say, death is a part of life. I get that. But you're hearing people die younger and younger. And again, Ricardo dying of COVID, it's like that didn't have to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Again, if you ask me if he's vaccinated, I couldn't tell you offhand because I don't want to make assumptions one way or another.
Right.
But then you get, it's just like, bro, it's just wild.
Well, since we last talked, as you know, about my unfortunate fiasco with my car situation, well, things have gotten better on that end.
Did they ever find the car?
Yes, they did. Here's the thing now. My insurance company found out that CPD found the car 6 days after it was stolen from me. Here's the thing. My insurance company had to, fish around, call around and all that. They didn't find out that it was found 6 days later to after a week later from somebody from CPD.
So are they trying to hold that against, is your insurance trying to hold that against you?
No, not at all.
Okay, I would say, because I'm like, yo, please don't tell me your insurance trying to fuck you over because of something that ain't on, you know what I'm saying? Because of something that ain't on you.
No, I get what you're saying. But no, shout out to Progressive because they've been with me throughout all this and they didn't have my back 100.
What was the police's explanation?
They ain't give no explanation. That's the crazy part. And what makes it so bad, even the detectives from Evergreen Police Department, they was like, why didn't CPD didn't say anything to us, let alone you, 6 days after it was found? I'm like, yo, good as good as mine.
What? That makes no.
Nah. And here's the crazy part.
Oh, there's actually another part that's crazier than this.
Yeah. Because not only just they didn't tell me, CPD, they had my shit sitting there in the auto impound on 103rd.
Don't tell. So time out. So, because I was figuring you was gonna say your shit was in an impound. So now your shit is sitting here developing a fee for sitting up in there.
Yeah, but once again, shout out to Progressive. I ain't had to have not one dime come in my pocket because they was like, hey, that's some BS on CPD. And two, knowing good and daggone well that it was stolen, you shouldn't be getting charged nothing. So they was like, tell you what, we gonna get this out for you. We're gonna send it to one of my reputable shops in the south suburbs. You getting your stuff back by the 18th, like it was nothing never happened to it. Guaranteed. Yeah, I have to pay my $500 deductible. I was like, hey, it is what it is.
In regard to what you could be having to pay and all the other shit, the
Right.
500 deductible to get to, especially you and I know, and maybe even Alberto Rios who does these and is in the squad.
Yeah.
Like your shit on 103rd, they charging you every chance they get.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They finna and your shit getting hyped up, and they don't care
No, they
about
don't.
why your shit is there.
No,
They
they
ain't
don't.
trying to hear it from you directly.
No, they're not.
Damn, bro. I'm glad to hear you getting your shit back, but I'm sorry you had to go through that crazy shit.
Yeah. So it's like that's been one hell of interesting time. But yeah, as of Monday, I'll be back on the road again with my old piece.
You lucky bastard, you.
Yeah, even though I had to check the finance company or whatever like that because they keep worrying about a damn payment. I'm like, do you all realize my car was stolen? My car
So
has
what did they say?
no. It was like, okay, we understand that, and we apologize, whatever, and this and that. But it's like, okay, you saying all that, but your next question is going to be when we can expect the money. I was like, you'll get your money, but just know that I've had to endure a lot of bullshit this past month and a half, especially from the area that I live around, to not give you all your money right away.
Jesus, man. I'm sorry, bro. That's again, it always puts doing these primarily and other things to put a lot of shit in perspective for me.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I think I'm having a bad day or week, somebody else is going through some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And being given the runaround of different life gives them the runaround on a few things. And again, none of us are immune. Martin Lawrence said it in Run Tell That, even though the special is technically horrible. No one is immune from the trials and tribulations. Look, Run Tell That. Have you rewatched Run Tell That recently?
I have not watched it recently, but I do remember.
Rewatch Run Tell That.
Okay.
Run Tell That is actually bad. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, because I'm this is Martin stand up, nigga. I remember
Right,
you
exactly.
so crazy, et cetera, et cetera. So Run Tell That, I was cool. But some people like, yo, it is not good. You gotta,
because you don't hear too many people talk about it like that.
and so when I rewatched it, I think I rewatched it a couple of months ago before I moved.
Right.
And I was like, some of the jokes are funny,
Yeah.
but this ain't a strong, like I was expecting the level of you so crazy.
Exactly.
But he says in that special, no one is immune to the trials and tribulations of life. No matter no matter who we are, what our status level is in society, what our bank account state, no one is immune from the trials and tribulations of life. We see it and hear about it all the time. People with all this money and success and fame committing suicide because they're unhappy.
Right.
So, to go through the shit you've gone through, and again, to still be on your feet, man. Because again, you and I both were dealing with these situations where our old residing places were terrible, old homes are terrible, and have now moved on to something different where it now is a better feel.
For sure.
And so, man, I'm happy for you, bro.
Appreciate it. Well, and some of the things I like to get into. First off, Sir Asshat of the Chicago Fraternal Order of Police, John Catanzara. I don't know if you've seen the video or not yet, but this fool then put out a video a couple days ago insisting that CPD officers who are not registered for vaccination are to put on a strike over the vaccination mandate because it was given to they're given to like by tomorrow. And if they're not considered registered or whatever like that, then they can't work. So you know what that means. If these fools go ahead and go through with this strike or whatever, people are already talking on Facebook that hell bullshit gonna probably jump off this weekend because
Well, I don't even think. Here's the thing: the Chicago. Okay, is he the head of the union? Because police officers can't. So first of all, you can't just strike. You have to vote on a strike, right? If you're a union. If the union don't vote and y'all just try to strike, they could technically just lose their jobs. Because being in a union allows you to strike and still be able to get your money.
Exactly.
That I don't know. Again, this is with them, people and cops in New York. It is amazing how a virus has been politicized to the fact of a vaccine that has been proven by science, right? Motherfuckers keep saying, I did my research. No. You just looked at links. Research is when you're in the lab working on the virus. That is the actual, your research is not, well, look at this article, look at that. That's not research.
No.
People like, oh, well, some people get affected by the vaccine and blah, blah. This is the thing. This is the thing about science. There is no vaccine that has ever been distributed that everybody that gets it has never had a side effect. That's why things are called side effects. And they say it's a select amount. It's not a majority. I saw one chick talking to some, I'm not taking this vaccine. Y'all can take it and y'all turn into zombies in a few years. Bitch, if you don't, shut the fuck up.
I'm like, playing one too many Resident Evil games, are we?
Really? I'm tired of people every time something come out, it's going to turn y'all to zombies. Stop this stupid shit.
Exactly.
Because what's going to happen is the shit that's going to turn people into zombies is going to be something, let's just say that happens. It's going to be something you don't expect. It's not going to be, again, people tell them, I'm not going to be the guinea pig for this vaccine. How are you a guinea pig? Nigga, they had control groups already. That was the thing. People didn't think because they didn't hear about it, because of course you're not going to hear about the testing, excuse me. They had control groups for each fucking vaccine they were doing. These motherfuckers out here living.
Right.
So what are you talking about?
And again, like you and I have stated before too, what the motherfuckers are talking about, I don't need nobody trying to keep tabs on me. I don't need nobody. Are you that fucking important? No, you're not.
Keeping tabs? How? Again, at what point? See, this is where stupidity overrides reality, because to think that a microchip is going to be soluble enough to put in somebody's body just because you hear about what they do with dogs and shit, because they put a chip under their skin. Again, they don't make shit. And what makes you so fucking important? You just said it. What makes you so fucking important? Like, but it's, there are people of all shades saying that. But the ones, they trying to track us. This how they gonna do population control. It's mainly us. Because again, if you're going to do population control, you are not going to start with the affluent, rich, doctors, cops, all of them. Those aren't going to be the first ones to get this.
Right.
But, oh no, you don't know, that may be a different batch. Shut the fuck up talking to me.
Basically. Well, in other asshat news, did you see the double toasted link I sent you yesterday?
No, I try not to watch other people, to be honest.
Okay, I get you.
Here's why. So me and Winston was talking about this yesterday. It's funny you brought that up. I don't ever want to accidentally, this is me personally, and this is from being a comic. This is why I'm very rare when I very rarely go see comedy shows. I don't want to be accidentally influenced by someone else. Now, sometimes influence can do something and be good, but I also want to be able to have my own thoughts and perspectives and opinions on things. And sometimes and it's nothing against the double toasted dudes. I heard they're real good dudes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And nothing against them. I just don't, I just try not to regularly, like Winston watches Phil DeFranco a lot. And he's like, well, Phil DeFranco said this. And I'm like, I don't want us to be, I try to be different. Like if it's a hot button story that everybody's talking about, because sometimes you don't, because like, again, between Tuesday and Thursday to find shit to talk about can be kind of difficult, right?
No, I get you.
So if it's a very hot button story, I don't mind talking about it. But if it's a story that's like, yo, only nobody, this isn't trending. This is barely, scrolling around or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, meh. So I also it's about Dean Cain, which everybody just is like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Right. Because I mean, of course, you and Winston already kind of touched base on it anyway. But it's like, yeah, dumbass Dean Cain, aka the wackest man ever, then put his little 2 cents in talking about the whole Jonathan Kemp bisexual thing is bandwagoning. He was like, if it would have happened 20 years ago, it would have been something.
But but the thing is, did DC ever say they was trying to be brave doing this? No. They was just like, yo, the character's bisexual. That's it.
Simple as that. It's not uber earth shattering and groundbreaking. It's like when they did Ultimate X-Men some years back and they made Colossus gay. Didn't nobody make a big shit about that? Hell, when they made Bobby Drake gay.
Nobody said. That's why we said it on the show. I was like, yo, Iceman been gay for years.
Right.
Iceman was gay. This is how much you know people are full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Iceman was one of the 7 to 8 mutants at the time that held the Omega level, right? So the prominent level mutants, like the most all-powerful shits. They made him gay, and everybody was like, all right.
Next.
Superman's son is gay.
Right.
Not Clark.
Right. I had to, not to cut you off, but I had to check people at work about it. It was like, it's not Clark. It is his son. Clark's okay. He's still with Lois. It's just John.
And his son's not even gay. He's bisexual.
Oh, okay. So next. I know.
Did you see the post I put on the gram with the one dude that tried to come at me and was like, oh, this is all political?
Yeah.
Again, it's that tell me you've never read a comic book without telling me you've never read a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Because every comic book story is political.
Right.
Our favorite characters, Spider-Man takes his mask off. Where? On the steps of Congress during what event? Civil War. Captain America is the most political name you could ever fucking have.
Basically.
Ever. So when people are like, oh, they just doing this for politics or to sell comics. Yes, of course. Everything that's done in the comics is to what? Sell more comics.
Yeah. And all I gotta say is that in short, don't know how much money Fox News paying the damn fool, but them checks must be drying up because it's like air chance something, especially something that we love, come up. It's like that's their go-to guy. I'm like,
who, Dean Cain?
Yeah.
Well, so they trying to find new people that the way they do it, I'm noticing for Fox News. Fox can never, the stigma and the belief is a current celebrity, if they went on Fox News, would kill their image and blah, 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 blah. But there are current celebrities we know of for a fact who have some of the views in which Fox News shares. Right. It's not a secret. But they always go to the washed up no one cares about. No one gives a fuck about Dean Cain. No one cares about Scott Baio. Nobody's thinking about Kirstie Alley.
Hell no.
You're trying to make yourself relevant. Kevin Sorbo, bro, calm down.
And quiet as kept, and you and I have said and talked about before, quiet as kept, half of Dean Cain's career he owed to us as Black folks and LGBTQ, because if it wasn't for his appearance on that episode of Different World, if it wasn't for that show Hit the Floor with Logan Brown and Kimberly Elise, hell, if it wasn't for his appearance in that Denzel Washington movie Out of Time, where he plays Sanaa Lathan's jealous ex-husband, always getting in Denzel's face every 5 minutes in that movie. And even I can't remember the title of the movie, a movie he did a couple years back with David Ramsey and Vivica Fox. I don't give a fuck about Dean Cain. Oh, in addition, if Greg Berlanti didn't hire him to play Supergirl's father in that short period during Crisis, whatever.
And he got to talking about Oh, they made Supergirl's sister. Bro, what is it, Matt? First of all, here's the thing. This is how I know you're reaching when you're Dean Cain, when you start bringing up the Supergirl shit.
Right.
There is not a single show that Greg Berlanti is not the head of that does not have at minimum one LGBT character. Why? Because Greg Berlanti is an openly gay man.
Mm-hmm.
And he is always going to make sure there is representation in every fucking show he does. There is not a single Greg Berlanti show that has not had at least one gay, lesbian, bisexual. Hell, Supergirl introduced the first ever transgender superhero on TV.
Yep.
Played by a transgender woman.
Mm-hmm.
So to reach, people like, oh, well, Supergirl is ratings. Supergirl was going to go off the air after that whole Kreisberg thing happened. But they didn't want to use Kreisberg as being the reason why it's got to stay on, because it's kind of like, ooh, do we keep it? Because Kreisberg still has to get paid.
Right.
Even though he's not on the show, he helped create the show. His name is still on the show, so you got to pay him for the show. Then they were like, well, we're doing this shit to lead to Crisis on Infinite Earths. They needed her. Now they're just like, well, we kind of done what we want to do. We don't need it. So to sit there and complain, oh, there's a gay character here, there's a gay. Bro, man. There have been gay people for the longest. History tells us that the great philosophers, Socrates, Plato, most of them from Greece, were gay.
Mm-hmm.
History tells us this. History tells us about our forefathers, why they wore wigs to cross-dress in a sense.
Right.
But we act like, look, I get people being out now is this big thing, but to an extent, what's the big deal? I just feel like this. I've always said this, and I've said it on the show. I've said it in private. If you gay, straight, whatever, fine, do you. I don't give a fuck. The average person shouldn't care. Exactly. It should just be like you're a regular person. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't have to make your sexuality be worn on your sleeve. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. Okay, you like your dude like dudes. Okay, you're a woman like women. Okay, you're a guy to decide to be a woman. You're a woman decide to be a guy. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. Just live your life, but don't make that your whole identity. Because I think that is what's happening, even with some straight people, because of it's like people have to make their sexuality and their orientation their identity. Motherfucker, make yourself your identity.
Simple as that. Simple as that, indeed. I don't know. But yeah, fuck him. He can go to hell. But on some prior stuff on the Square Circle side, of course, we all know the WWE draft didn't happen. And it looks like SmackDown, they got a whole lot blacker because you got Naomi, Ricochet, New Day. And this one I'm 50-50 on.
Hero.
Here's why. I like Hero for the most part. My only thing is, though, it's like 2, maybe 3 of the 4 are okay. One needs work. B-Fab, good-looking lady and all that. Got the personality and whatnot.
It's a developmental to be on TV. Think about it. She can work with all these talents to get better. If you say that, I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'll let you finish, and I'll have my statement behind it. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, because it's like I've seen the 2 matches that she's had on NXT. It's like she's okay, but I know it seems like she still needs some work. But it's just like you were saying, working with other people, she's gonna get better. Because like seeing her in the ring like that, it kind of reminded me of when Candice Michelle or Kelly was first starting out.
Mm-hmm.
But then the more they got into the ring with other people, they were getting better and better. And that's
also,
how it comes off to me.
And also Candice Michelle and Kelly were divas.
Exactly.
They were there's a big difference. They're the divas that just happened to work. They were workers, they made divas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
B-Fab, here's the thing about B-Fab, and I've heard that from a couple other people. And I told them this, Jade Cargill. If we are willing to watch Jade Cargill have to develop on TV in front of us, we need to give B-Fab the same level.
I get you. No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We watching Jade Cargill develop and grow. We're from her introduction because she was like still fresh in the business.
Right.
And so we're watching her evolution and her development and her growth happen in front of us live on TV, right? So we should allow the same thing for B-Fab. And again, working with Naomi can only get her better.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Again, a run against Charlotte just to have a couple matches. This might be the weirdest comparison for those that are watching this. MVP versus Chris Benoit. MVP even says he got better in the game through all his matches with Benoit. We know Benoit's story. I'm not going to go there, but I'm just saying a veteran wrestler like that can elevate your style and your talent. The veteran women on SmackDown can elevate B-Fab. Also, I think it's just wild. I really think, and I'm fine with it in this regard, the WWE is trolling AEW doing this.
Right.
You know why, right? All their black talent they putting at the forefront, and AEW won't put one. They've had so much black talent, they could have put Scorpio Sky should have been there, no doubt.
Right.
Powerhouse Will Hobbs should have been there, right? You're going to use Lee Moriarty because of this internet hype, per se. Not taking anything away from that brother in the ring. Lee Moriarty is dope, but you can use the internet hype. But again, you act like black wrestlers can't do shit on your show. Jade Cargill is an anomaly because she's a fucking Amazon. You act like black wrestlers can't do nothing on AEW, right? But the WWE, for all the bullshit Vince McMahon has done through years, for all of it, I will.
Man,
we openly know, right?
Yes.
But we have never had in history back-to-back black WWE champions.
And
not the Universal, WWE.
And 2 black women headline WrestleMania.
Vince McMahon knows Vince has probably got people in his ear was like, yo, if you want to beat them, play your game, play your own game. Because that's why NXT 2.0 looks like what it is. It looks like a WWE product.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. We all love what we got out of the original NXT. I get it. But NXT had to be this draw the indie fans in. That's all it was. Now you know you're not going to beat AEW in that regard, right?
Right.
Just go back to doing what you do. Do what you do. And now be who you are. Be NXT, be WWE property, and develop stars. Now NXT goes back to being in what? Developmental territory.
Right.
And then we're now, again, also the one thing I've been saying, a lot of people have been saying for years, talent is coming back down. And it's not a demotion. It helps elevate some, have a cooler schedule, and it helps elevate the other talent.
Yeah, because i.e. Mandy Rose, brunette Mandy Rose, my God.
I don't think we'd have ever given that Mandy Rose a shot on Raw SmackDown. It is something about total toxic attraction, what she is doing on NXT, that is taking Mandy Rose to a whole nother fucking level.
And bro, she was already fine like a woman. When she went brunette, I almost passed out. I was like, God dang, shit.
Yeah, Lord. Jesus. But it helps. Again, you can tweak things. And look, Lord knows if Mandy Rose, who went through, it was Fire and Desire, her and Sonya Deville, right? Then they did that split off to give her and Otis, who Otis got screwed the most out of all this. So the Fire Desire joint, Otis, and then now you're with Dana Brooke, and Corey Graves gonna catch shit for it, but he is right. When have you ever been excited for Dana Brooke? And I say that's why I'm bringing it up, because maybe Dana Brooke needs to go back down and try something else.
Yeah.
The fitness model thing, for some reason, is not, no matter how much she keeps trying to do it, no one is getting behind it. So you can go to NXT, revamp, repackage, come back to one of the shows. Now, again, going back to SmackDown with all this blackness, it is amazing because it's on Fox.
Right. That's another thing.
Like I know Vince was like probably talking to the execs, like, hear me out. Threw the hands up. Hear me out.
Right.
because when you said because the reason because I remember the stories, and I don't know if you remember when they started doing the draft. That was why the Fiend went over there. That was why certain people went over there. Fox was like, we need this talent. This is what we want. And again, no matter what, you get network TV money now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You get network TV money, and people are for sure going to watch you because there's going to be ads about you for the next 10 weeks during football. And not even just football. Any sport on Fox, there is always a WWE ad. That's the crazy thing. Like, sports happen all year, so there's always WWE ads running.
Now, all this being said too, and even though I've mentioned the talent that we mentioned, or I mentioned that's going to be on SmackDown, do you think, especially based off what's going on in this King Ring, do you think there could be another split within the New Day, or you think they're going to keep them together as long as possible?
There is nothing. Look, the Big E thing for the title, whatever. It's unnecessary. It does not benefit Kofi nor Xavier to have them split up.
Right.
Their careers have only lasted this long
because of being together.
That's the same with Big E. They were 3 wrestlers on a road to nowhere. The New Day did something for all 3 of them. And again, I think you can crown Xavier and let him be king of the ring, and it doesn't need to have a split. Again, they didn't even need to split them in the draft. I knew once I saw Bianca Belair was going to Raw, I was like, because they're keeping husband and wives together, right? Yeah. Which is smart, because for a while they were splitting them up,
right? Which was crazy.
Which was dumb. So now they keep them together. So when Bianca went to SmackDown, I was like, so
Street Profits.
Give me the Street Profits announcement, because I know it's coming. Right. I mean, the Raw. I was like, give me the Street Profits announcement. I know it's coming, but I don't see anything. Again, that's another team. Splitting up the Street Profits does not help Angelo Dawkins for shit.
Nope, because that's the only thing that kept them afloat thus far.
Because he had been in NXT for a while.
A good minute. Some people are just good tag team wrestlers. They shine better in a team. So as far as splitting the New Day up, you just give Xavier the crown. He needs to have something solo. Yeah.
I hope they're not doing all this push him just to make him lose it to like a Sami Zayn.
I would be so pissed. Because
I mean, it would really be very upsetting.
Right.
But yeah, because now you can say Big E's the WWE champion. Kofi's the former WWE champion. He's king of the ring. I mean, Woods is king of the ring. They just give it to Woods and call it a day. And there's no need to break, because again, yes, they could have done them. They should have done, instead of Woods Ricochet, it should have been Woods Kofi.
Yeah.
Now you don't have a New Day split up. You just have the partners have to see who's the better one.
Right.
Kofi Kingston has no problem putting over Xavier Woods. Again, I'm Kofi Kingston. I'm a former, regardless of how I lost the title, I'm still a former WWE champion.
For sure.
So I mean, that's my thoughts. I mean, with that, when it comes to that, bro.
No, I get you. Now, speaking of Big E or whatever like that, I don't know if it's me and you. Of course, I'm noticing it somewhere down the line too. It seems like ever since they put the belt on E, and I'm glad and I'm forever, happy this cat then finally got a shot or is getting his run. But it seemed like they had made him just this punching bag for almost everybody, unless it's like one of those things that we talked about last time about telling a story in the ring, where it's like, okay, I'm a champion, but I'm getting the odds stacked up against me in every other match that I'm in, where I'm getting beat up half the time, but I'm getting my moment to shine either somewhere in the middle or towards the end, show and prove, hey, I'm not a champion for nothing.
I think that's what it is. Because I
Okay.
mean,
All right.
for me, here's the thing: Big E is big, but he's short.
Right.
But he's shorter
Mhm.
compared to everybody else.
Right.
So as much strength as he has, absolutely, you dominate on strength. Because I'm about to go into, I'm potentially going to go into a program with a dude that if you looked at the equivalent, it's me to him is like him to Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
Okay. So, but again, you should, you know what I'm saying? I can thump you around. You might have a little more aggression, but at the end, I pull it out because I'm the champ. You know what I'm saying? I'm Big E.
Mhm.
I'm the, like you said, I'm the champ for a reason. He's going, because again, the joke is always he's the joke. All you did, all that pancake throwing and goofy shit, you don't belong as champion, but it's cool. It's a different type of champion.
Right.
We let CM Punk be champion, and CM Punk ain't the prototypical wrestler at all.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
like Brian Danielson, prototypical wrestler for the most part for what we started to see.
Mhm.
He just developed a different personality when he did the recyclable type of title. Whole different day. Randy Orton, prototypical champ. Drew McIntyre, prototypical champ. Roman Reigns, thank God for this heel run because it's been the best thing for his career.
Yes,
You know, but most people are, so you need something different to show people can be different at the top. All you got to do is bust your ass and make it to the top. You good. You don't have to always be this. I'm just here to fight everybody, defend this title, and be the man.
Right.
Whoever beat me. I did
Right.
a promo on Sunday. I was about to interrupt the championship for Compton Mania. This promotion is called the Mother Effing Man title. That's the title.
Mhm.
So the two dudes were in the ring. They give them a fully announce this whole thing for the match. My music hits.
Right.
I come off. I say, listen, I'm done playing games in this company. I said, I've been through here breaking heads, kicking ass nonstop, and have not been overlooked for this shot. I said, I'm making my shot. I said, I'm making this a 3-way. I'm putting myself in it, beat both of y'all asses. And when it's all said and done, it's only 2 things you can do about it. Everybody be like, yo, I'm not saying a prototypical promo.
I get you.
I tell everybody, anytime they give me promo stuff to do in the company, I'm like, what do I need? Just give me the beats of what I need to hit.
Mhm.
Give me the beats and about how long you need me to go or until something happens and let me know. Big E is the same way. Give me the beats. I'm going to make it happen. I can have fun, but this crowd is with me. I'm not losing this crowd.
Mhm.
If I lose the crowd, then we'll change it up. But the crowd is with me because that's what matters. You know, we see it a lot where the crowd is with somebody, but the back changes their mind. And that ain't the case with Big E. Like, again, Big E versus Drew McIntyre. Okay. But as God is my witness, look, we got happy with we all got happy with Bobby Lashley's run. But as God is my witness, if you are about to drop the belt, because I don't see here's what it is. I don't see Drew McIntyre going to SmackDown with the WWE title.
Nah, neither me.
I don't see Drew McIntyre going to SmackDown because Roman Reigns, because it makes no sense, because then Roman Reigns would have to come to Raw, and then you got to bring the whole bloodline to Raw, which you just did this whole big deal about the bloodline staying on SmackDown.
Right.
So should it be a good match? Yes. All I can hope for the best. Again, I just want to we need to get to Roman Reigns versus Big E. Because that's when money comes in. Because again, there's a level of a little bit of history behind it.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to say too, on one more stroke on that, even though we are possibly going to get Roman Reigns versus Big E, do you think before the year's out we'll get a Hurt Business versus Bloodline battle?
How? I mean, Hurt Business is technically on Raw.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying because like with Survivor.
I mean, because I would rather have the triple threat. Give me the triple threat.
Okay.
Give me the New Day versus the Hurt Business versus the Bloodline. Give me the triple threat.
There we go.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me. Give it all away.
Yes.
Give it all the way because All these niggas are friends, can work their asses off. Or we know what we gonna get with. We've already know what we get with the New Day versus the Hurt Business. We know what we get with the New Day versus the Usos.
Right.
Give it all to me.
That would be so.
You want to set SmackDown off? I mean, I Smack Survivor Series. Everything's gonna be brand supremacy. Let two teams on one show be competing for some. Let all of a sudden, because the team is gonna be going for supremacy, unless they're gonna do the Raw Tag Champs versus the SmackDown Tag Champs, which I don't want.
Neither, man.
I don't, because again, I don't want to see Rated RKO, RK Bro versus the Usos. I just don't. There's nothing about that that's appealing to me. No. Again, I might be in a minority. It's nothing so appealing to me. Even AJ and Omos versus the Usos. That's two heels. There's nothing appealing to me. No. But the thought of saying, instead of just doing champion versus champion, because again, now, or you just do champion versus champion, fine, but then you do a triple threat tag, because all of a sudden the Usos, maybe they drop the belt somewhere, they need to show off versus the New Day. I mean, versus the fucking Hurt Business. But still, that's a problem, because it's heel. Or you got the New Day want to show off against the Hurt Business. That's what it is, because they're the faces. Here come the Usos. Nah, we better. So now you got to have Usos, New Day, quote unquote, go against each other for the right to face the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business say, we taking both y'all out. And now, for the first time, it's an unprecedented triple threat tag with two teams from SmackDown, one team from Raw.
Man, that would be so freaking dope, man. God.
That boy good here. That boy good here when you think about it.
Yes, you are. Get that.
Boy good here.
Yes, sir. Man.
So yeah, man. Did you go see? Because I know we got to wrap this up pretty soon. Did you go see Venom too?
No, I didn't, because based off the mostly negative reviews, I don't think I want to waste my time.
You know, because I'm not one of them people that's like, I didn't. I understand it knows what it is. I get it. It knows it's campy, and from the way they're doing this, I get it, right?
Yeah.
I just felt like Woody Harrelson was the completely wrong choice to be Cletus Cassidy. Cletus Cassidy is a psychopath.
Yeah, he is.
They had Woody Harrelson play more cartoon than the cartoon version of it.
Damn.
Shriek was more cartoon than any cartoons.
Oh, wow.
Again, they had to make it where they wanted the storyline to be symbiotes, and the symbiote and their host are at odds, right? That's basically the storyline, because Venom and Eddie are at odds, and to an extent, Cassidy and Carnage are at odds. But that's a problem, because again, all you had to do is make Carnage say one thing. Carnage together. If you notice from the comics, Carnage and Cassidy are a perfect bond. They never say we. They say I. In the movie, it's always we with them. I was like, this is. And basically, they start fighting. The Cassidy and fucking Carnage get into it because of Shriek's ability, because of her sonic ability hurts the symbiotes. And it's one point where Carnage tells Cassidy, if she screams again, I'll kill her. That's his girl. Like, into it over. Okay.
And Quares Kill, I'll rock with you on the fact that I would also cast Walton Goggins.
Bro, I don't know why people don't get it, sir. Walton Goggins would have been a phenomenal Cletus Cassidy.
Yep.
He would have been phenomenal. He'd have gave you that I'm crazy, but I'm funny type of deal. Because that's how he is. He's kind of quirky crazy. But he gave you the looks and everything.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
I don't know, man. I mean, you know, it's over with now, and you, of course, know about the credit, the mid-credit thing.
Yeah. So,
but speaking of which, before I go, you heard supposedly Tom Holland says they're treating this like this is the last one of the Homecoming series, right? And everybody was like, "Well, what does that mean?" They always said it was only a trilogy. Like, I don't know why people don't listen.
They don't.
They've been said that Tom Holland Spider-Man movies with Marvel were a trilogy.
Right.
Their goal is to take Spider-Man back and nigga, we need you. They are doing a Spider-Man verse. Why wouldn't Sony pull him back?
Right.
I mean, I get what we've gotten in the MCU. We all enjoy it, but he was never, I said it years ago. He was never meant to stay in the MCU.
Exactly.
So, all right, bro, you got anything else on your mind before we get up out of here?
No, that's pretty much about it for the most part. I mean, I know tomorrow Halloween Kills drop. I'm debating about whether or not to go see it at the show or
Nigga,
Peacock.
Well, I don't trust people.
No, I get you.
I went to see Venom 2 in the theater, and I was real leery. I was like, I sat in the theater for the whole 90 because it was only 90 minutes.
Right.
I was like, I keep this mask on. I'm not putting this down. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween Kills, I want to be able to just enjoy it and not just be like, I wouldn't mind seeing it in the theater, but I don't want to see it by my damn self. I'll watch it at home and see what I think about it, bro. So before we get out of here, as always, tell the people how they can get in touch with you, send you love, everything, because you know life is getting back on the good foot for you.
Right. You can holler at me on Facebook at Chauncey C. Woodson. You can also holler at me on Instagram at ccw_78. You can also hit me up on Chauncey and Chat Live. That is CHAUNCINECHAT Live. I got my Instagram page up. I finally didn't drag my ass up and made me a little YouTube page now.
Look at you trying to be productive.
Trying. And as a matter of fact, if all goes well this coming weekend, I'm gonna do a little audio session, talk about some little bit of vampire werewolf action, and maybe possibly give me a little review on Halloween Kills and my thoughts on the Scream trailer.
Nice. This weekend I'm gonna, as we're talking about this, I'm gonna probably do a live thing. I'll be covering DC Fandom, the shit that drops or whatever, and we'll talk about that.
DC Fandom also, yeah.
You know, because there's a couple trailers I want to see. I'm kind of excited for, so we'll get into all that. Well, all right, y'all. We'll holler at y'all for the next one. Don't go nowhere. Take care. I'm out. Bye.